Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily if it is your first time here, and my hair still looks really bad. Not as bad as last time, and I'm gonna take it down at the end and hopefully it'll like look okay. But I can't change who I am as a person. It's just my hair will, oh sorry, unpackaging some new makeup here. My hair will just always look the way that it does. I am so excited for today's video because I'm using some new things that I got, and they are from the ColourPop and Mandalorian collection, the newest one that just came out. I picked up a few things that I wanted. I don't really know everything that was in the collection. There might have been more with it, or this might have just been the whole thing. I have the first palette that they did, which looks like this, and I've definitely talked about it and featured it in plenty of videos. But they came out with a new 9-pan palette, at least 2 lip products, a little hand mirror, and a makeup bag. So I'm going to show you all those things real quick. So the little hand mirror looks like this. It's what I'm going to be using to do my makeup in today's video. Has little Grogu on the back, precious. And then it has a little makeup bag, which I don't really need any more makeup bags. It's just this was so freaking cute. So this is what the makeup bag looks like. And the little zipper is a little frog. If you know, you know. That is the cutest thing in the entire freaking world. And then the little lip duo that I picked up is some Luxe lip oil. So this one is called Grogu, and it's clear with like silver sparkles in it. I think that'll look really pretty on the lips. And then we have, I don't know how to say his name. I'm gonna put it on the screen because I'm gonna butcher it. But it's this kind of, I think it's honestly just gonna look clear on the lips. I've heard, and know from personal experience, because I do have one other Luxe lip oil that these do just like look pretty clear on the lips. Maybe it'll give like a little bit of a tint, but I don't think it's gonna be like that color. And then what I'm probably most excited for in this collection, besides maybe the little makeup bag, which I am obsessed with, is the eyeshadow palette. This is the Mandalorian eyeshadow palette, and I just think the color story is really pretty. So it's a super cool toned palette, but then you have this pop of yellow and this like duochrome brownie green shade, which y'all already know I will be using that today. And I am going to be doing a full face on camera today. That's kind of the route I'm gonna start going with my channel, is just doing these like get ready with me's where they're not like super set up or staged or planned out. It's just I pick out the makeup that I want to use on camera and I sit down and do my makeup and talk to you guys, because that's what I enjoy doing. That's the way I enjoy making videos. So without further ado, I'm going to hop off camera real quick and prime and set my eyelids, and then I will be back and we will get right into the makeup. All right, so my eyelids are primed and set, and I'm going to start in with this eyeshadow palette that I'm so excited to use. So I'm going to start by taking this shade called Bantha Tracks, and I'm going to apply that in my crease as a transition shade. And I'm taking this on a ColourPop E2 brush, which is just kind of like a fluffy domed blending brush. So I did something super exciting today, which is I registered for classes for the next semester. And I say this is exciting because I actually am not currently in any form of school. I was at a university, and then I dropped out, and then I started beauty school, and then I dropped out of there, and now I'm going back to university. Told y'all a lot has happened while I've been gone, but I registered for my classes today and I'm feeling really good about it and feeling super excited for it. And I don't even know when the first day of that semester will be. I haven't really looked into that part of this whole thing much, which I might want to figure that out, but you know, sometime in January, that's what I'll be doing. and I think I am really excited for it. And I feel like proud of myself. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with that mustardy yellow called Navarro Sand. I'm going to start applying that into my crease. So far, these shadows are working really nice, which I don't really expect anything less just because I'm pretty familiar with ColourPop's eyeshadow formula. So I'm at the point with their palettes where I know what the quality's like, so I don't really need to take, oh, well, I like the formula, will it perform well, into consideration when buying a palette from them. I can just kind of be like, do I like the color story? Which, yes, I loved the color story in this palette, but also I just felt like I needed to own it, which maybe that's bad consumerism. It definitely is, but like, I have no regrets. And I would say my life is considerably better now that I own these items. That brush that I was just using, by the way, is a ColourPop E16. If you hear some rustling, my cat is climbing into a box right next to me. Alright, so next I'm going to go in on the outer corners and deepen it up with the shade Creed, which is a sequin shadow. I don't mind this formula. I know a lot of people hate this, but I actually think it looks really pretty packed all over the eyelid, and I think it's actually pretty versatile. So therefore, I kind of enjoy this sequin formula. Whether it's ColourPop's sequin formula or like a different brand, I don't mind it in palettes. I also finished all of my Christmas shopping today. Like, everyone in my family's gifts have been purchased, and I also bought a bunch of Christmas decorations for my apartment today. Not a bunch. Here's the thing. I want to have a Christmas tree just because it makes me feel good to have one. But, like, it's like a lot of work. No, it's just like money, you know, costs money to buy a Christmas tree, especially if it's like your first Christmas tree, really. Like, I actually had a Christmas tree last year, but I no longer have that tree, and so I would have to like buy a whole new tree, buy all the ornaments, buy all the lights, and I just like feel like it's gonna get like super expensive, and I don't really have like a lot of expendable money right now, even though I know I'm talking about how I just purchased this. I purchased this a minute ago when I did have a little bit more expendable money and wasn't thinking about buying a Christmas tree. But, you know, Christmas tree just probably isn't gonna happen this year. So I decided to just buy like some decorations that we can just like put up around the apartment and, you know, maybe make it a little Christmassy in here, which I think will be fun. And I also had to like buy like wrapping paper and stuff. Anyways, I ended up making a lot of orders on Amazon today. That was the whole point of that. I'm going to take the shade in the middle, that duochrome brown green shade. It's called Clan of Two. And I'm taking that on my finger. I think I already said that, but I'm going to take it on my finger. Hey guys, did I mention I'm taking the shadow on my finger? And I'm going to apply that all over my eyelid. And I think this look is turning out really pretty. I'm gonna go back in with the crease shades and kind of blend everything together. Okay, so now I'm going to prime my face. I just almost threw it on the floor with the Lavido Age Away Hydrating Cream. That was really hard to say. This is just like a really, oh, that was probably too much. It's like a thicker moisturizer, and I like to wear this under foundations. It has a god-awful smell, and to be quite honest, it's probably expired, and I got this in a BoxyCharm like a year and a half ago. But a lot of times I do just prime my face with like a moisturizer of some sort, so typically when I get moisturizer I just throw them into my face primer like bucket, you know. And then I'm going to use my Tula Skincare Rose Glow and Get It under eye brightening balm thing to prep my under eyes and make sure they're nice and moisturized. And then for foundation, I'm going to be taking my Revlon photoready Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation, and I'm going to apply that and blend it out with my sponge. This shade might be a little too dark. It looks dark, or at least too yellow for sure. We'll see. Too dark and too yellow. There's a really long period of time where I didn't know about like undertones in foundation, so I would basically just grab the first foundation that said either light or light medium, which I don't know why I ever thought that I had like light medium skin, because I definitely don't. I think it was perhaps wishful thinking. This foundation I definitely think is getting a little bit too old, only because it's like, feels like thicker than I remember it being. It used to be like super light coverage and kind of thin, but it feels like super thick. So maybe it's gone off just a little bit, but for today it'll work and it'll look really pretty. It's my favorite thing about this foundation. It just looks so pretty. All right, I totally forgot to put on my gloss. Oh my God, that scared me and Salad both so much. I forgot to put on my gloss, so I'm gonna do it now on top of my foundation. So we're basically just layering up 2 highlighters today. All right, so for my concealer today, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I'm a little bit nervous to use this because I know this shade is super light, like way too light for me. And with this foundation being like a tad bit too dark, I feel like it's just gonna look a bit crazy, so bear with me. Okay, it does not look bad. I was genuinely nervous. All right, so for my translucent like under eye powder today, I'm going to be taking my Mercier translucent loose setting powder, and I'm going to first go in with my sponge and do kind of like a broad like general set of my under eyes and like T-zone area. So that's where I get the oiliest, and I would like to look not oily, you know, a simple wish. And then I'm actually going to go in with like a fluffy blending brush and some more powder, and kind of set like right in my direct under eye area. And I do this to like really get in those creases, and because I find that this helps my mascaras transfer less, because I have bad issues with my mascaras transferring like no matter what I do, no matter what I use. And I find that using this technique and making my under eyes like basically super powdery but a really light layer of the powder helps my mascara transfer less. It doesn't completely take away the transferring, but it definitely helps it a lot. So I'm going to do my eyebrows now, and I'm just going to take my Studio Makeup High Define Brow Tint in the shade Medium. And because this is a tinted brow gel, I find that it adds enough color to my eyebrows that I won't need to go in with my brow powder today. I really only go in with that when I'm using like a clear brow gel or something that doesn't have a lot of color payoff, like the tinted Patrick Ta brow wax, which is my holy grail brow product, and I just love it. It is tinted technically, but I just find that it doesn't have a lot of color payoff. All right, I'm gonna give my face a good like set and spray with my Rare Beauty, what is this crap called? Always an Optimist 4-in-1 setting spray. Hello? Oh my gosh, that was really hard. This stuff feels so good. All right, we're gonna finish off the eyes now, and I'm going to start by applying a mix of Navarro Sand and Bantha Tracks on my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with Creed, the dark brown, and apply that kind of on the outer corner here and drag it up to connect it to the top right on the very edge of the outer corner. All right, and then I'm going to take my Queen Studios Dragging Wax Liner and apply this to my lash line, my top lash line. And then in my waterline, I am going to take my NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Periwinkle Pop. This kind of looks just a little bit more silvery in my waterline, which is going to tie in with the inner corner highlight shade we're going to be using, which is the shade Beskar Steel in the palette, which it's like just this like bright silver shade, and I think it'll look good with that purple eyeliner. So this little brush that I'm using is an Alamar Cosmetics kind of like flat pencil brush, like paddle brush. All right, so I'm going to go off camera to do my mascara, and I'm going to be using the Tarte Maneater mascara on my top lashes and the Victoria Beckham Beauty Future Lash mascara on my bottom lashes. And while I'm at it, I'm going to apply some of my Blistex Deep Renewal lip treatment to start moisturizing my lips a little bit. So this is the eye look complete. I will say, I do wish that that shimmer duochrome was a little bit more impactful. I don't think it's bad at all. I just wish it had a little bit more of a shift to it. I totally forgot to like set my whole face. So I'm going in with my e.l.f. like glowy powder. I don't know what it's called, and I'm just gonna take that on like a big old fluffy brush. This is the Farah Powder and Go brush. Just working this powder in circular motions all over my face. For my bronzer today, I'm going to be using my Benefit Hoola bronzer and taking that on my ColourPop F21 brush. So for my highlighter, I'm going to be using my Danessa Myricks Beauty Vision Flush in the shade Tiara. And I'm going to take some of this on the back of my hand and start working it in just a little bit and picking up some of that product on my finger and then working it into my cheekbones with my finger. So this is like my second time using this as a highlight, and I feel like it's sort of picking up my makeup underneath. I don't know if you can see that, like right there. And maybe it's just because I applied it on a bunch of powder, but I don't know, I may have to play around with that more. The formula of the Vision Flush does feel like a little bit more, I don't want to say oily, because it's not oily, just more like slippy, you know? Alright, and then for my blush, I'm going in with Nudestix Sweet Peach Peony, and my favorite way to apply this is by just kind of swirling, such a weird spot, swirling some on my hand like that to kind of warm it up. And then I take my ColourPop F20 brush and just work it into the brush and pat it onto my cheeks. And I do bring it up basically completely underneath my under eye, so I don't have like a line of really bright under eye and then like blush. So I feel like that's not a desired look and effect, to be completely honest. This is a very subtle blush, but I think it's so pretty. Alright, so I don't really know which lip oil I want to wear. I will show both of them on camera. I'm gonna line my lips for both of them with the NYX lip pencil in the shade Peekaboo Neutral. It has been super cold here in Michigan, and my lips are already so flaky. Alright, so I think I'm going to apply, I'm going to try to say it, Dinjarin first, just to see if there is any color, because I think I'm probably going to keep the other one like on, you know? There actually seems to be like a good bit of color in this, like compare my lips color. This is really pretty. But the other one is probably going to be the one that ends up like staying on my lips. So this is what Dinjarin looks on looks like on the lips with the NYX lip pencil in the shade Peekaboo Neutral underneath it. So I'm going to take this combo off and put the other one on real quick. It's like green and blue sparkles. That's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty and sparkly. This is a really pretty clear gloss, and let me see if I can show you the sparkles in it. Do you see that sparkle? It is so pretty. So that is it. I'm going to take my hair down so we can get like a full look. So this is the full complete look. I really love the way the look turned out today. I do feel like my concealer is a little bit light and it's like really throwing me off looking at my under eyes, but I love the way that my eyes turned out. and I love this. I love this lip combo. I feel really pretty, and that highlight actually does look so pretty, even if it did lift up my, what's it called, foundation underneath a little bit. It still looks so freaking pretty, and I feel really good right now. So if you enjoyed this video, I hope you will give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe before you go, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.